Maggie. Maggie. Okay, we're about to get started, so just wanted to start with a sound check. I just found just a random paragraph in this book that I'll read, and then I'll see how the sound was, and we'll get started. The entire universe appears as one elemental field in which each star, each atom, each wandering comet, and slow-wheeling galaxy of flying electrons seem to be but a ripple or tumescence in the underlying space-time unity. So if you're able to hear that, not necessarily understand it, but hear it, then we'll be able to get started. Hi, everybody. Yeah, she is super cute. Thanks for the comment. Her name is Maggie, by the way. She'll probably be coming in and out randomly throughout the practice a little bit. We're going to be incorporating some dynamic movement and flowing movements with the breath in our poses today. So a little bit of a difference in that we're going to be doing less static poses and just incorporating a lot more movement and flow. But feel free, if you're feeling more like finding stillness in the poses, to just omit those extra movements that we're going to be adding today. We'll start again though with our Bachang Gong, our warm-up exercise from standing. So feet about hip width apart. And let's start by looking to the right, come on the balls of the feet. And then looking forward, heels down. Looking the left, heels up. Forward and right. Forward and left. And forward. Keeping the heels down, look up. Look center. Look down. Center. Up. Center. Down. Back to center. Lean the head to the right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Chin up a bit. Down a bit. Center over to the left. Chin up a bit. Down a bit. And back to center. Half circles with the head. Side to side. Just check the comment board. Good. So far, so good. Do let me know if you're having any technical difficulties. And back to center. Thumbs in a light fist. And so roll the shoulders back. And then forward. And fingertips to the collarbone. Roll the elbows forward. And back. And release. Now shifting to one foot, lift the other. And the other. Other. And the other. And back to center. Big arms, circles forward. About 3 times. And big arm circles back. And thumbs in the light fist, elbows out, circling in at the elbow joint. Other way. And interlacing the fingers, wrist rolls. Other way. And some waves. Reverse. And rub the palms. Hands to kidneys. Take the hips around. Other way. And back to center, shifting to your left foot, right leg comes across, opens out 3 times. Then inwards 3 times. Then other leg opening out. And inwards. And then heels together, toes together, right palms. And the knees, rub the knees. Keep the knees together, take them around. Other way. All right, standing up. Ankle rotations. Other way. Other foot. Other way. And heels together. Feet angled out. Lift the toes, relax the arms, and gently twist side to side. And back to center. Heels out, feet parallel. Bend the knees, drop the tailbone, and then rock gently forward and back. And back to the center. Now lift one leg with both arms and the other leg. And finally, elephant wags its trunk. And back to center, shaking it out. Jump. One more time. And shaking it out. Okay. We're going to get started now. I'm just going to double check, make sure sounds good and video. All right, now we're going to start in kneeling all fours with a cat-cow. Kneeling all fours, shoulders above the hands, hips above the knees, cat-cow tilt. Inhale, belly down, look forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, belly up, head down. Inhale. And exhale. Now, if you want to take this movement further, you make the spine kind of like a skipping rope, a 2-person skipping rope situation where you take your spine around, but your head goes just like in the cat-cow in the opposite direction. Keeping it around. And don't feel bad if you can't figure this movement out the first time you do it. It's kind of tricky. Other way. Anytime you're fumbling around in a movement, you can't quite find it, that's a good place to be in anyway. All right, come back to the center. Bring the hands forward and the hips forward. Kneeling push-up position. From here, you might add in a few chaturanga push-ups. And then lowering all the way to the floor, reaching the left arm out, straight or bent, and peeling up the right side of the body. And slowly coming back to flat, left hand in, right hand out, peeling up the left side of the body. And then coming back to flat. Bringing the arms forward, crisscross lift and tiger, lying tiger. Right leg, left arm. And slowly release. Left leg, right arm. Slowly release. Hands beside the chest. Light cobra. Maybe an up dog. And into a downward facing dog. Knees bent. Walking the dog. Re-engage both legs. Inhale, come forward into plank. And then back, downward dog, lift the heels. Heels down, heels up, heels down. And then these look forward, step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Looking over your right shoulder, bit of a curve. Looking over your left shoulder. Back to center. Bend the knees, ragdoll. Swing side to side. Then hands down, left leg back. Low right lunge. Right pulse the front leg straight. Then coming up on the front thigh. You could come up from here. And all the way down. Lower the back knee. Point the back toes. And see if you can lighten or lift the back knee. Lower down. Lighten or lift. Lower down. Lighten or lift. Lower down. Now bend the back knee if you can. Grab the foot into a twist. Otherwise, you could just release or keep that foot back. And releasing from there. Hop the back leg forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, right leg back. Pulsing that left leg maybe. Inhale forward. Maybe coming up. Floating down, lower the back knee, point the back toes, lift, release, lift, release, lift, release, maybe catch hold, maybe hip open. And slowly releasing from there, hop the back leg forward, inhale to flat back, exhale to fold, and firm the legs in the hand, sweep wide it up, exhale, Namaste. Okay, take a little breather. If you need a little sip of water, get a sip of water, and I will be right back in a moment. Okay. I want to mention today, because we're adding in some movement with the breath, if you want to add in your own music in the background, put it in softly in the background for you. I can't run any music today, but we'll have some music probably next week. Okay, let's take a nice wide stance, feet parallel. Press the outside edges of the feet. And for now, just bend a little bit into one side and the other. You can turn your hips a bit. Or a similar movement. Just make sure you're not torquing your knee in any way. Good, back to center. Now turn your left toes in, right toes out. Make sure your heels are in line. We're reaching up. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, back up. Exhale, 2. And then holding. This one you might do drawing the bow. Then right forearm down, left arm. Extended side angle. And from your back leg, inhale, coming back up. That's the hips. Now the right toes in, left toes out. Toeing your back leg, arms up. And then bending into the left leg. Inhale, back up. Exhale, 2. And holding, drawing the bow. And then extended side angle. If you're adjusting your foot, try to use your back foot. And anchor from your back leg, coming up. Toes in, interlacing behind you, roll shoulder back with the heart. Then leading with the heart, coming forward. Maybe staying in flat back, maybe rounding forward and drawing your arms over top. Then firm the legs coming up into the hips. Bring the heels in, interlace the fingers, turn the palms forward, then knees wide, arms up, twisting a bit to the right, twisting a bit to the left, Back to center, release the arms, inhale, exhale. And pressing up. Bring your hands just above your knees and rest the weight of your upper body into your legs. Maybe shifting a bit side to side. Maybe one shoulder forward. And hands down, sit low. See if you want to move side to side in Skandasana. And back to center. Walk the hands forward. Turn the heels out. Sit back, wide-legged downward dog. If you want, you can walk it over to the right. Walk it over to the left. Come back to center. Come into flat back position. And we'll do some push-ups from here. They're very easy. So it's all about trying to get good alignment in the spine and hips. Exhale down. Inhale up. That's fold forward deeply. If you can, hold it in a deep forward fold. Maybe hands back even more. And pressing up. Bring the feet in a bit. Tuck the tailbone and draw yourself up. Feet in, heel toe. Okay. Find your way to the top of the mat. Setting up for sun salutation. Of course, if you need a little swig of water, you go for it. Finding mountain pose with all 4 points of both feet. So 8 points equally balanced on your feet. And on next inhalation, let's take the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding, bend the knees, plant the hands, step, walk, jump back. You could go right to downward dog from here or through the vinyasa. And then here, swaying the hips, walking the dog. And re-engage both legs. And bend the knees, look forward, step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Firm legs, inhale, sweep wide up. Exhale, Namaste. Okay, next is going to be tree pose. Shifting to your left foot, right foot comes up. Now there's a couple of different ways to do sun salutations. Classically, and this is how I do them, is to take the arms down, wide, and up. But you can also do it the reverse. So let's do that movement as we're in tree pose. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive, without going forward. Okay, and releasing down. Other side. And let's start by reaching up, then wide. And slowly releasing from there. Okay. Now you might use a yoga block for this. This is a revolved triangle pose. I like to use 2 blocks for it personally, but whatever you need. If you know what revolved triangle is, hopefully you know what you need and if you need it. So leg length space between the heels. Legs are straight. Back toes are turned in a bit. Hips are square to the front. And we want to maintain the straight legs hinging forward. Bring the left hand down. Want a straight line down, so move a bit forward. Straight line down into the support. And without rounding the spine here, we're going to keep that long. And then keeping the right hip back, draw the right shoulder up, reaching up. And if you like, you can move this top arm in a big, nice circle. Try to coordinate that with the breath, but watch your balance. And anchor, and slowly lower that right arm down, anchor from the back leg, and come up. And feet in. Let's try that on the other side. Left foot forward, heel in line with the support if you have one. Back toes turned in, hips square to the front. Left hand, left hip hinging forward. Your right arm, if it dangles straight down, it would fall right onto the block. And keeping that left hip back. Left shoulder up. Inhale. Big arc. And lower that shoulder, anchor from the back leg, come up, goes in. All right, clearing the mat. Let's find a chair pose next. Moving into sun salutation B. Bend the knees, sitting back. Reach forward. And you could also do those arm movements here. I'm a bit restricted for my wingspan here. And straight legs fold over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands. Now you can go right to downward dog or through the vinyasa. Bring the feet a little closer, right leg comes up and over. And swing it all the way forward to the back heel down. Rising up to warrior one. Hands behind the head, elbows up. And then releasing the arms, straighten the front leg, hands in airplane wing position. Lean forward, stepping up. Maybe coming into airplane. And seeing if you can do those movements again. Now it's like you're swimming. And bring the hands down, put back. You go right to downward dog or through a vinyasa. I'll skip it this time. And then left leg up and over, scorpion tail. And swing that leg all the way forward, heel down, interlace behind the head, elbows up. And releasing the arms. Straighten the front leg, hands in airplane wing, lean forward, and then stepping up on the left leg. Maybe doing the breaststroke here. bring the hands down, stepping back, and you can go right to downward dog or through vinyasa. And then right leg forward for pigeon. You could do some half circles with the head if you want in pigeon. And then find your way back through downward dog. Other side, king pigeon. Maybe some head circles, half circles. And then back, downward dog. And then malasana, garland pose. And this one you could kind of shift side to side, front and back. It just works different muscles in your ankles and in your feet. You can even kind of scoot forward with your toes. And then possibly crow pose if you're practicing it. Do some ankle rolls. And coming to sitting. And getting ready for Navasana, boat pose. Now, sing on your 3 points. Control, extend the arms, chest lifted. Navasana. Maybe arms forward. Do a little bit of a bicycle maneuver. A little difficult to balance. Reverse is always trickier. And back into Baddha Konasana. Cobbler's seat. In this one, we're going to do spirals. We're taking one knee forward and the other knee forward. So the hips are kind of moving and rocking, but it's kind of sideways movement. Sideways forward. See if you can reverse it. Okay. And then catch hold of your big toes. Balancing on your 3 points. Take your feet forward. And Upavishta Konasana. Stand nice and tall. Try to press the inner thighs down. There's a tendency to have this kind of position, and it really changes what's going on in your hips and hamstrings and pretty much everything if you have your legs flat and pressing into something. So it is worth it to get the legs straight here, even if you have to bring your feet closer together. And bringing the feet together, sitting up tall, you could press into the floor or into the lap, but you might be able to lift up. Maybe swaying a bit side to side. And then slowly lowering down, right leg's back. into Janu Shirshasana A or B. Sit up nice and tall. Move forward. Control the ankle or the foot, etc. In this one, you can take your right arm back and over. And back upright. Other leg forward. Hip square to the front, leading with the heart, so you can catch hold of your ankle or foot or use a strap. And then sitting up from there. And now a couple options. You could go into, from here, thread the needle seated upright. You could, if you prefer, come into thread the needle recline. We're coming recline next. So, but either one works. And this one you could, with your standing foot, this one helps to be engaged, to stabilize the knee. This other foot though, you could be doing some ankle rolls. Other way. Change legs. Maybe ankle rolls. This can be done on the floor too. It's a little different, but you can. And then releasing. Now we're going to do a long hold and bridge. If you have a block handy, you could do supported bridge at some point if you want, or just do a nice long hold and bridge. When we're done bridge, we're going to hug our knees in. So if you want to skip ahead and just do a short bridge, hug your knees in, go for it. But for now, let's lift up into a bridge. If you want to put a block under, you could. Just for a little bit. And slowly lowering one vertebrae if you can at a time. And once you're down, hug your knees in towards you. If you can, keep your knees in close. You might rock a bit side to side. And placing your feet back on the floor, shift your hips a bit to the right. Extend your left leg. The right foot's gently on the left knee. Left hand grabs the right leg, right arm reaches out to the right. And then left hand pulls the leg over into a twist. Looking right, if it's comfortable. Back to center. Then shift the hips over to the left. Extend the right leg. Left foot gently on the right knee. Left arm out. Right hand grabs the leg and pulls over into a gentle twist. Moving left if it's comfortable. Okay, come back to the center, hip centered, hug your knees in. This time nice and wide. And taking your hips, this is more of a hip movement. Moving around and the other way. Then from here, see if you can reach your forehead to your knees. If you can, you might come into plow pose or karma pidasana. Otherwise, happy baby. Try to keep your low back on the floor. And then slowly release. And then keeping your hips down, press the legs up, Viparita Karani. If you have a block, you can put that underneath. Make it a little bit more therapeutic. Try to work on, for some reason, the word tenacity comes to mind for some reason, but anyway, the life and the energy of your legs, they're reaching up, lots of energy there. If you want to add some movement here, it's all kinds of bicycle movements. I always see people doing this position when they're bored. Reverse bicycle. You could do Baddha Konasana knees, just flowing through different leg positions, crossing the legs, ankle rolls. Just allow yourself to have a bit of movement spontaneously. Okay, and then slowly lowering the legs down and release. And move the block out if you have one. Okay, we're getting into our final, I shouldn't say final, because we're doing one more thing after this, but this is our Shavasana, and we're gonna have a movement meditation afterwards, which I'll describe afterwards, but for this, let's take just a few minutes in deep relaxation, Shavasana, just lying flat, and now let's work on having some stillness for our practice. So we've done a lot of movement, extra movements in the poses, but for this, let's try to find stillness for just a few minutes. You could have the low back supportive position that I have here with the knees bent, toes in, heels wide, or you could have classical Shavasana. You could even take your legs up a wall if you want, but it should be very effortless. Okay, now, if you'd like, bring some movement back. If you want to stay longer, absolutely stay as long as you want. Now, next we're going to do a movement meditation if you want to join in. And it's something that I love to do, but I only really do when I have a really close knit group of people who I know really well, because it's something that makes people really self-conscious to do. But since you're all at home, hopefully nobody's watching you do your yoga, or if they are, I mean, it's cool if you're going to be dancing. Maybe your pets are watching, find it entertaining, but hopefully you won't be self-conscious to do some spontaneous movements. Now, if you like, you could turn on some music that really makes you want to move. I just want to go with the spontaneous flow that I feel in myself, even without music right now. But feel free again to add some music if you like. Now, to start this meditation, you just come to a standing position, just comfortable kind of mountain pose, but not as formal. And then we want to activate our dantian, which is our energy center in our belly. So take your middle finger of your left hand and just tap it a few times. Tap the belly button, basically. And then release. And then with your middle finger of your right hand, simulate the crown, the top of the head, so a little circle on the crown of your head. I'm not really certain why this is done, to be honest, but this is how I was taught before we get started. So this is how I follow in tradition. Okay. And then from here, you could close your eyes or you could have your eyes open, so make sure you're not going to hit anything. But then just start to bring some gentle movement, very slow, like movements just starting to come into your body. Like you're kind of a robot just awakening, just getting powered up. Now, because I practice Tai Chi and Kung Fu and yoga, my movements tend to have components of those arts in them. But your movements, if you're a dancer, might be more ballet-like. If you don't really do much in the realm of physical movements, then it might feel quite awkward at first. But that's really the point. Just allowing yourself to move and feel how your body wants to move. Feel where your body's stiff, or needs to move. And start to bring the movements in now. Make them a little smaller. Starting to come to your center. Starting to come into stillness a little bit more. And coming back into stillness and casual mountain pose. Okay, thank you all for joining us today. And if you practiced that standing meditation, thanks for giving that a try too. I hope that you can join us again next week. And if you have any comments, or I also take requests. If there's a pose that you want to try, there's a good chance that I can figure a way to work it in and break it down. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions about your own practice or about this practice. I'm more than happy to help out and chat with you. Thank you all. Namaste. Stay connected. Namaste.